Is Biden really going to give you $400 a month for your mortgage payment? A lot can be said about the president's State of the Union address on March 7th, but the thing I want to talk about today is him mentioning he wants to implement a first-time homebuyer tax credit. This is a big deal, and a lot of the news organizations got it wrong when they first put this information out. So that's what we're going to cover in this video, and a couple other things he mentioned that would impact the housing market as well. So let's just jump right into it. But first, over 90% of you watching are not subscribed to my channel, so if you get any value from these videos, hit that subscribe button so more people just like you can find my videos. All right, so this is not the first time that the federal government has used or tried to use tax credits as an incentive to increase homeownership. In 2008, then President George W. Bush introduced a housing tax credit that offered a maximum of $7,500 for buyers purchasing their first home between 2008 and 2009. This was meant to stimulate activity in the housing market, which had gone into a free fall 2 years earlier as part of the Great Recession. However, this tax credit acted more as an interest-free loan because it had to be repaid over the following 15 years, which means the majority of people that used that credit just finished repaying it in 2023. Then in 2009, President Barack Obama expanded the first-time homebuyer incentive, turning it into a true tax credit that didn't have to be repaid and bumping up the credit to $8,000, although the program still expired in 2010. And then in 2021, President Biden proposed his own first-time homebuyer tax credit of $15,000, which formed the basis for the one that we see today, but that one did not get passed. And that brings us to now, where President Biden is now proposing a $10,000 tax credit divided over 2 years, so $5,000 every year, and that's where you get that number that you're seeing all across the news of $400 a month in tax credits. And this is where people who didn't actually watch the State of the Union address got very confused by the news articles, and rightfully so, because they were all talking about $400 a month in tax credits, and people were thinking about stimuluses in their minds. So they're thinking, I'm getting $400 a month to my bank account to help with my mortgage payment. But that's not at all what this is. This is a tax credit, and it's not even clear if it's going to be refundable. So if the credit exceeds what you owe for that year, you might not even get the difference. So let's say that giving them all these tax credits actually gets the buyers out and ready to start shopping. Let's think about the problems that could come along with that. There's a lot of housing experts that are saying that this liquidity injected into the market could cause an even worse affordability crisis. And that's because this is not like 2008 or 2009, where we saw historic levels of housing inventory. This is the opposite of that, where we have historic shortages of housing inventory. It seems to me that housing prices would increase at an even more rapid pace if this were to happen. And another thing to keep in mind here is, again, this is not a credit that comes to you every month. You have to file your taxes, and then the credit would apply to you. So it's either less that you owe, or if it's refundable, maybe you get that extra money. But let's say you have that extra money at the end of the year after you file your taxes, you're probably not going to go put that into an account to pay for your mortgage payments. I mean, let's just be realistic. What happened with the stimulus package during COVID? So much of that was injected into the stock market, injected into consumer goods and services, and that caused inflation to rise even higher. So I'm curious about your opinion. Do you think these proposals by Biden will help the housing market or hurt the housing market? Will it make affordability worse or better? Will it help housing inventory? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and also what would help the housing problem. What do you think would help with affordability? What do you think would help with inventory? I'm curious what you all think. Let me know in the comments below. And while this video is about the broader US real estate market, my channel is all about providing information about moving to and within Maryland. So if that's you, if you're considering a move to anywhere in the state of Maryland, I would be happy to help you with your move. The best way to reach out to me is to go in the description and click on the link to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me. My contact information is down there as well. I would be happy to connect with you and help you get a plan together for your move. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you stay up to date on all of my videos about moving to Maryland.